Hi guys, my name is Jose Garcia. I am the pastor of Camino de Fe Church in Monroe, New York. And I just wanted to quickly share with you some ideas of how we've been streaming our services during the last few weeks. And actually, we are enjoying and loving it and planning on keep doing it after the coronavirus is gone and we get the opportunity to share again at church. I think we're going to continue doing it. Um, Basically we found a nice way of having the service pretty much by accident. Many of our people are not too technological and they do not how to get into a meeting in Zoom or Ring Central or any other platform. But we have a few WhatsApp groups within the church. The music band, they have their own group. The ladies have the group. Men have the group. So we have another group for the deacons, and then we have two groups, two general groups for church. We have one that is called the Camino de Fe, and that's just for formal announcements. And about a year ago, we created a group called Koinonia, which is just to share. You know, they share recipes, they share joke, they share a prayer in the morning. So we share different things in that group, and we found out that that group was getting more members. So more people that comes up to our church was requesting us to include them in the koinonia groups, which is just sharing general information within the community. So now that we had to stream the services, what we did is we created a small program for the service. So I called some members of the church. So someone opens up the service in the WhatsApp group, and then another one comes immediately that is pre-assigned to have a reading of the Bible. Then we have somebody else to lead us in either prayer or a song, either a cappella or something like that. Sometimes some of the musicians just play one of the songs that we sing at church in the group. Nobody can see it because it's pretty much recorded as a voice message in WhatsApp. And then each member that is joining the service just reports themselves, herself, or himself with an amen, just a small text saying amen. So we know that more and more are coming through the service. Sometimes we open up a little bit for someone to share either, that thanks to the Lord or any prayer request or something that they have to share very short. We try to keep that section very short, and sometimes we get up to 10 people participating, giving some of their concerns or thoughts. And then what I have done previously is I record or pre-record a video with the sermon. Usually takes half an hour or whatever the time is going to be for the sermon, but I try not to go over half an hour. So once I do that, then I upload it to the channel of our church about 40 minutes before the service is going to start. So I put it as a premiere. So it runs, and then when we have our time for the service, I just share the link both in Facebook Live or as a Facebook Live of the church in the Facebook of the church, but also I share the link of YouTube in our WhatsApp service. So when the time for the sermon comes, I just introduce it and I invite everybody to see it and comment it or share it with friends. And then everybody stays in silence. So for the next half an hour, people is watching the sermon, in most of them in their cell phones, because people sometimes don't have tablets or computers, they only have their cell phone, and they communicate with their relatives through WhatsApp. So that's how we came to find out that was a very practical way of doing it. And then after the service, or the sermon finishes, then usually I close with a prayer, or I request someone to close with a prayer time, and then the service is dismissed. But people keeps commenting abundantly and joyfully, usually after the service in WhatsApp. So what we found interesting about that is number one, we are not overloading the width band of the Facebook or the YouTube comments. We have heard of some churches that have been taken down, or sometimes the internet doesn't work properly. the Facebook Live cuts the sermon, and then people, if they enter later to the service, they cannot see it, or it is hard to comment in YouTube for some people as well. So what we found out is that through WhatsApp and using all three platforms at the same time, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Facebook Live, we can have the sermon and also the service for the people of the church. So people who are not members of our group in WhatsApp, they are not able to participate of the whole service, but they can see the sermon in YouTube. So it's already running, and they can go to the beginning, or they can fast forward a little bit depending on what they want. So it's been working nice for us, and I hope it's an idea that might work for some of you guys that have issues either transmitting it live, or problems with the internet. Now that all homeschoolers are from home doing it, or all the students are from home, or people is streaming more than before. So that way, people can see it at a later time and having no problem getting the sermon. Hope that helps, and God bless you.